Salutations to salutations, humanoids. How are you? I'm excited to film today. You know why? Because we're talking about my June TBR, which is going to be filled with mystery books. How exciting. I decided to choose mystery books because, you know, we're coming around to midway through the year when you start having an existential crisis. And you're just like, oh dear goodness, will I ever stop procrastinating on my schoolwork? Will I ever have a consistent posting schedule on YouTube and Instagram? Will I ever have a consistent hair routine? Will I ever have joy in my heart? I need books to help me forget about all of these mysterious problems and focus on the problems of fictional characters. And I'm going to tell you which fictional characters I'm reading about this month, not the fictional characters, the characters in the fictional books about the fictional characters' mysteries.
This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read.
That's what this video is about, so I hope you enjoy! Okay, without wasting any time, let's jump right into the 4 books that I'm going to be reading this month. I usually only read 3 books a month to reach my goal of 36 books by the end of the year. But this month, specifically because it's winter and I'm in my bed a lot, hopefully we'll get 4 out. First up, we have a book that you have seen on my channel before, my second ever YouTube video, the book haul from Exclusive. Yes, where I talked about The Color of B. Larkham's Murder. I'm still thoroughly excited to read this book. I'm finally getting into it. It is a murder mystery and you can either Google the blurb to this book or you can watch my book haul where I talk about what it's about. It is 437 pages and it looks, again, I think I talked about this in the book haul, but please can we have a moment for the quality of this book. It has an average of 3.86 stars on Goodreads. I read through some of the reviews. One person said that it was horribly boring. Another person said that it was thrilling, but not a strong plot line. Yeah, I'm extremely excited for this one, and that's why I started telling you about it first. Next up on this list is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I do not have the physical copy. I will be reading it as an ebook and as a buddy read with this Discord server that I'm part of. I want to culture myself. I want to be one of those people who can say, ooh, Agatha Christie, I know her. I have opinions on her work. I am, on the other hand, a bit worried because the blurb seems like a descriptive murder mystery. It seems that it may perhaps slightly scar me. Oh child, this one has a 4.26 average star rating on Goodreads, which is high. I think it's very high. Oh, Nadine, one of my Goodreads friends. Oh, both of them. No, one of my Goodreads friends rated it a 5-star. Nadine from Nadine's Noctuary. Did she leave a review? No? Okay. First of all, I'm not going to explain it all to you because I don't know all the facts yet, but the original title of And Then There Were None was extremely offensive. Google it. Google it. I know I tell you guys to Google so many things because I've tried to keep my videos short, but seriously, Google And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, original title. And then also someone left a review that said, and I quote, "There is scarcely any comfort to be found in this book, only an ancient, arcane horror. Even my most harrowing nightmares would have never conjured such a soul-fearing tale." Can my poor nerves handle such a harrowing story? I say this without any sarcasm. I'm genuinely trying to have a moment of introspection here and figure out if I can handle. What? Doesn't it have an age restriction? It's not intended for younger readers. It's not. this video, I'm just gonna switch it up here and choose another Agatha Christie book. Because I really don't want to be traumatized. You know what book traumatized me? This book was the one that taught me that books have age restrictions and that you should probably check the book age restrictions, because it's different with shows and movies. With shows and movies, I think you can use your own viewer discretion, and like you can see whether or not you're gonna vibe with it, and your parents can also guide you on whether or not you're gonna vibe with the show or movie. But with books, because it's a scene playing in your mind and your imagination can go as wild as it wants to, when an author or a publishing company says, hey, don't read this if you're maybe under 18, perhaps don't read it. So this book traumatized me, and I don't know if I want Agatha Christie to traumatize me again. So we're choosing a new book. Before you drag me, fun fact about me, I am extremely nightmare prone. I'm not scared easily during the day, right? But if I see something weird, like 2 hours before I go to sleep, I'm literally probably going to dream about it. So yeah, perhaps you find it childish, perhaps you find it innocent, but I'm looking out for my own safety here because I want to sleep at night. I want to get my full 8 hours. I want to wake up having a beautiful face because of beauty sleep. And I don't want a book to take that away from me. Okay, I have found a suitable option, one called Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. There was one person that said they read it at 11 and it was a vibe. So I'm going with that person's knowledge, as well as on commonsensemedia.org. They rated 13+. So I think I'll be fine. Okay, so Murder on the Orient Express has a 4.18 average rating on Goodreads. And it is set in a train that can't move anymore because it got snowed in. And since no one can leave the train or come into the train, it would be very strange that one person on this train was found dead. This seems rather interesting, and I'm honestly excited. I've gotten past mourning the fact that I'm not reading the other book anymore, and I'm excited for Murder on the Orient Express. And if you're like me, easily nightmare prone, pro tip, check the damn age ratings for books. For movies and shows, that's another story. That's a different type of media, and I don't think they're very comparable. But with books, pay attention to the age ratings. Next up, we have Shadow Web by N.M Browne. This has such poor ratings on Goodreads, it's kind of scary. As well as the fact that I had put this video on my bed before I started filming, and my sister walked in and she was like, oh, you're reading Shadow Web. And I was like, yeah. And I asked her what her opinion was on the book, and she was like, it's just that book that is so disappointing. And my heart shattered a bit. But I do want to formulate my own opinion on this. It seems interesting. It has some element of time travel in it, and it's not a murder mystery. Its average rating is 3.49, which is sad. But there's so many people that are saying that it's a rushed book, that the story goes too fast. It's also a very short book, so perhaps I can read this one near the end of the month or when I'm kind of slowing down with my reading momentum. Okay, humanoids, last but definitely not least, we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnsen. This has a 4.2 rating on Goodreads, which is the highest of all the 3 books I've talked about thus far, and it's YA. So yes, there is a murder element, but because it's YA, they're not going to be too graphic with it. And it has my third favorite trope in the history of all tropes, which is boarding school. You guys, not even gonna lie, the synopsis is slightly confusing to me, slightly, but because I saw boarding school and historical fiction in the tags, I got excited. The problem comes in when you realize that a book you want to read is part of a series. I'm definitely a standalone type of girl, but that's not going to stop me from reading Truly Devious, because if the rest of the books in the series are boarding school centered, then I'm going to read it. It's just that I may go broke trying to find the books. And like, that's what ebooks are for. They're cheaper. It has like 11,000 reviews, so it's a definitely popular book. I've seen it on Bookstagram hyped up a few times, so I'm excited. Hopefully this month I'm going to leave a Goodreads review for each and every one of these books, so go follow me on my Goodreads, even though I haven't been active ever since March. I will try and fix that in this wonderful month of June. And with that, my dear friends, I wrap up this TBR video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please, please, please do leave in the comments what books you're reading in June. I would love to know, and perhaps I will add them to my own TBR in the future months. And in conclusion, so long, fare thee well, pip pip, cheerio. I will see you in my next video. Bye! I saw this post that was like, it's the best feeling in the world when you realize a book is part of a series. And I was like, to you, to you, to you. I think I'm... I don't know if that's English. I don't know if that was Murder on the Orient Express. I don't speak English, guys. It's not my mother tongue. Oh. Is this still recording? Okay.